I just thought I would do a quick little video looking at the similarities and the differences between how Bush's campaign of 2004 compares to the Messiah's campaign of 2008. These two share, I think, more in common than I think we realized in the past, although it's starting to become more and more evident the more things that come out about the Messiah, least of which is where he's supposedly now moving, the direction he's moving on certain key issues, which I'm sure you all know about, so I won't get into. But let's just look at the sort of the catchphrases that framed really the basis of the platform they ran on in their respective campaigns. I really don't think that this is oversimplifying it, but let's start with Bush. You can reduce the lines that he uttered over and over again to win over enough support to the following. Blah, 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 God, blah, 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 no gays, blah, 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 stay the course. I mean, that's it. That coupled with, if you don't vote for me, remember 2004 was in the middle of the worst part of the war, and of course, the message was that if you don't vote for me, you are an anti-American, left-wing, nut. Convinced enough people of that, he won. I know there's a dispute about whether or not it was rigged, whatever, but he got in there. Let's just say he won. But at the end of the day, it was 3 basic catchphrases and fear tactics. Now let's look at the Messiah. I said this before, but bear with me. Blah, 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 hope, blah, 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 change, blah, 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 turn the page. Those are his 3 catchphrases. You remember nothing else from all these speeches he's given but that. And of course his fear tactic is, if you don't vote for me, you're a racist. Or for people like me, I suppose, a race traitor. But that's it. Those are the similarities in the way they run the campaign or are running the campaign. But now let's look at the differences. Starting with Bush. God, no gays, stay the course. Well, all 3 of those things at least are real issues. I mean, you can take a side, you can debate, no matter which side you're on, it's an issue. Religion, very big issue. Whatever side of gay rights you are on, it's a hot topic, it's an issue. The war, huge issue. At least all 3 of these things are actual, things. But let's look at Obama's. Hope, change, turn the page. Well, 2 of these 3 things are just nouns or verbs, I guess, depending on the meaning of the word you're using. But turn the page. What significance is that? I mean, that is not an issue. That is a description. I mean, I turned plenty of pages when I was reading Harry Potter books, for instance. I mean, by the way, thank you, JKR, for killing off one of the best characters ever created, Severus Snape, and pretty much ruined the end of that series. I mean, I hate that last book, forgive me, but I do. Sorry for the rant. But anyway, that's a huge difference between the 2 of them. The fear tactics are there, but here again, nobody in this country really wants to be labeled anti-American. Certainly not in an election year, and especially at a time of war. That's just not something you can get away with, which is why the media and the Democrats all kowtowed to Bush and company. As far as Obama, well, labeling that people racist over and over again, so much that it's pretty much lost all potency. I mean, when people go into the poll in November, if he should get that far and, cast a vote for someone else, for McCain or write in Hillary or a third party, it's going to be no different when they come out of the booth than it was going in. You've already branded them so severely as racist that the fear is gone now. It's lost all effect. So you don't have that to hold over them, which means you can't control them, which means the fear tactic just doesn't work. Obama, you should have waited to play that card, but you didn't. So therein lies the biggest difference of all, is that the Messiah, he's come pretty close, I think, to out-republicing the Republicans as far as the tactics he's used to get himself where he is so far, but he's just not quite there yet. Obama, you need to study that playbook just a little bit harder. Maybe next time.